All right, we have a very special guest for you on this episode, Mr. Rich Zena. Mr. Rich Zena was on an episode of Remote Control, the classic MTV game show that we started watching episodes of a couple of weeks ago. And one of our friends from college, Jeff and I, one of our friends, Beth Van Elswick, who's actually been on this show years ago. Her name, we called her Angel back then. And she lives out on the West Coast, and she knew someone who was on the show, and his name is Rich. And we're going to watch his episode, and we're going to talk to him about it. So don't go away. Where are you going to go? You're watching. Hi, Rich.
Look at these special people. I don't even have a microphone, but I got my MTV shirt, so I figure that's good enough, right?
You sound good. You don't need a microphone.
You know, it's funny. When I got the message about this and you wanted to recreate or go through the episode itself, it brought back memories, which is amazing. Yeah. So, yeah, it really did. It was the only, again, I'm just jumping on here. It was unique. It was the only show where they actually yanked the three people off, and they never did that in the whole history of the show. And I think Ken Ober was on the Tonight Show, maybe with, I think, Jay Leno at the time, I guess. And maybe even Carson. It was Carson back then. And I think he said, yeah, we had an episode, we yanked people off. It was the best episode we ever had. So, yeah, I mean, I have some anecdotal stories to tell you, too, as you want to go through everything. But
sure,
it really was nice to remember a lot. So
how long had it been? How have you really thought about it? Yeah.
Yeah. I made me rewatch the episode again. And, you know, first of all, I thank God for YouTube, because when I first found it a few years ago, probably, I'll say within the last 7 or 8 years, and you could never find it anywhere. You would Google it, you would look for it. I just could never find it. And then I just gave up on it. And then one day, I think I just stumbled on an episode, and I said, let me see if I can find mine. And I did. And it just, it just brought me back to my childhood. So it was really great.
How old were you when you were on it?
I think it was 21 or 22. It came out, I think it was, I think it came out in 87 or 88. I don't know exactly the year. It was the first year it came out. So it might have been 87. And
let's see, how did you get on the show? What part of the country do you live in, or do you still live there?
I live in Eastern New Jersey. So actually, I was around 20 years old, 20 to 21. Okay. I was young. Yeah.
All right.
So 20 years old.
How did you happen to be in the audience?
It was our cable company, just very basic cable. It was they sent out a flyer to, I guess, the residents, and I was like, "Would you like to be a part of this taping?" And I was studying television production back then, so it was real fascinating to get a ticket to New York City. So I'm like, "Yeah, I want to go. I want us to go to a studio." So I was more enthralled with just, wow, look at the lighting, the setup, the blocking. Oh, this is awesome, and to be in the audience, let alone know that 15 minutes later, when the show started, they'd be pulling me out and saying, "You're on the show." So that was amazing by itself. But it was just write in and get the tickets, and they sent me 2 tickets, and I went with my cousin just to sit in the audience. That's how it started.
Oh my God, that was ugly. That was ugly. We had to do it. Apparently, we had some people in the house.
So they had other contestants first, and then more contestants, right? That's how it worked.
Yeah. And so the irony was, when I pulled the 3 new contestants, I was sitting in the audience, and they just said, "Who wants to be on the show?" And I raised my hand as quick as possible. Producers came over and were starting to ask me questions like, "Who is Fred Flintstone's wife?" Wilma Flintstone. And random, just general questions. And then someone's putting makeup on my face. And you can see my name. My name says Rick, but it's really Rich. And he used gaffer's tape for that. And so the H was actually under my arm. So Ken Ober kept calling me Rick the entire show, which I didn't know why. I was
nice.
with it. So,
yeah, you can't correct them, right? You can't go, "No, my name's not Rick."
No, I don't want to do that.
Right.
But they used gaffer's tape. I mean, the other contestants had like real name badges. They were just like, "Here, Rick," and they just gave it as a piece of tape. So,
and look at you still have your hair, man.
You still got the hair, man. Yeah, 57 now. Yeah, 56, 57. Yeah.
Nice. I wonder if Patty still has hers.
I don't know, but Patty, I don't want to give the game away, but her and I were neck and neck the whole time. We were going back and forth.
This scene is from.
And I say you're not going.
And I say I am.
You're not.
I am.
And there's Colin, which was really unique. Yeah. And then Marisol was the girl. She was only on first season, so this was the first opening.
I loved Marisol.
Season premiere. Yeah, she was cool.
All right.
Who replaced her?
That's the way you do it.
Oh,
they had a couple. Yeah.
4. Okay. Okay, staying with the
Or
remote control
four.
playhouse.
Matt.
This is for 20 points. Guess
I bet
this
Matt
show.
doesn't have his hair. I do believe
I would
him.
like
No, sir, I'm afraid that on this show, the object
Now,
is
the irony of the game, those remote controls don't work. They're just plastic props.
Really?
Yeah, they never did anything. They just were like point them, and they might have made a clicking noise, possibly. I don't even remember, but it's just it was like a plastic, just like just.
Well, how did you buzz in?
We had a buzzer in the other hand.
Okay.
Yeah. And we didn't know what the channels were because the television really didn't do anything next to Ken. They actually had next to one of the cameras on the floor, just an easel, and someone would write down what channel was coming up. And so you would kind of look, if you see me, I look off to the right a little bit sometimes to kind of check and see what channel to go to, even though the TV's in front of me. I go, give me channel 3, you know. It was just very odd. So it was cool how they had it set up.
You're just destroying everybody.
Nah, I had a good time though. Yeah.
Did you get to hang out or talk to any of the people on the show, like Colin or?
Truthfully, again, like I said earlier, I wanted to get into television. One of my dream jobs literally was to be a cameraman on David Letterman, and it never happened, obviously, but that was my youth. Ironically, that door, you see the door they're going to be throwing him out of? There's actually a staircase that takes you to the second floor in the studio right behind that door.
Really?
And that's when we had to, when you, at the end of the show, you had to go upstairs and sign all the release papers. And then our little gifts that they gave us, like, the TV Tunes album or whatever you'll see at the end of the show here, they give the giveaways. They give you your gifts and you walk down the stairs. But as I was leaving, I remember Ken Ober and Colin Quinn were walking, opposite, coming up the stairs as I'm going down. And I said, "Oh, hi, Kenny," like that, just to be polite. And Colin Quinn turns to Ken Ober and goes, "He called you Kenny." I was like, I felt so either foolish or I felt like, oh man, TV business,
That's great though.
Yeah, that was the only interaction I had with them.
Down, but accidentally doused herself with deadly poison and died. And now Cord's marriage with Kate is in jeopardy. And what soap? Patty, pretend.
One life to live.
Yeah.
God, I would have failed miserably.
I didn't know that one at all.
Channel 8.
I will say, though, there was one question that saved me. It's the one I answered. Danny and Tracy, the Partridge Family, comes up. And I knew one of the kids, one of the answers, but I didn't know the other one. And I heard from the audience, because they were so close to me on the right-hand side. I was close to them. Someone gave the answer away. They went, I kind of caught it. You'll see my facial reaction. Yeah, I was like, Danny and Tracy? Yeah. That was really cool. I didn't say nothing on that, though.
Hot.
Staying with MTV. This is 20
My
points
my
now.
boss in my
Who
job
recorded the original
worked with
version
Ken
of
Ober
this
at a
song?
radio station in L.A.
Seriously?
Yeah, it was Ken Ober, Cindy Brady, whatever her real name is, I forget.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Kato Kalin.
Staying with MTV.
It was
with
all.
30
It
points
was after
now.
Stern. It was
This
like
band named
'95 when they did that.
themselves after the
So
villain in
Wow.
Jane Rick.
Duran.
Yeah, I messed up. It's not. Yeah, that's what I said. It's not Duran Duran. It was the movie Barbarella.
Oh,
It was a trick. Yeah.
Hey, 80 points to lead Rick in second with 40.
Matt, you suck. You're out.
Yeah.
That's close now. That's
10:09.
Channel 9 now. Channel 9.
Oh, he's not out yet.
No, not yet.
For 10 points. For 10 points. While making love to Grace Gardner on Hill Street Blues, this lucky stiff came and went, and roll call just wasn't the same after that. Name this dead flatfoot. Bill Esterhaus. You're still in control, Patty.
I wouldn't have known that either.
Yeah.
Bill 1. The Partridge.
That was too late for me.
Here we go.
Oh, is this your run?
10 points.
Might be.
Which two partridges had red hair? Rick for 10.
Danny.
and Tracy?
Yes, for 10.
There you go.
Thank you, audience member, whoever that was.
Matt in the theater.
Look at that hair. Look at the hair. Something about hair. Whoa, the mullet.
You could have that hair today if you wanted
Back to
to.
4.
I really
Back to
could.
remote
I probably
control
still could.
playhouse.
Yeah.
30
And the funny thing is,
This
off to the
show
side,
is 30
Marisol and
points.
Colin were kind of
30
like going,
points, just
pick us, because they want some, screen time. So it was nice. So I went back to this channel for them.
Actually, I was using it as a frisbee, but I'm using her liver as a brain, Dr. Craig.
What show?
It's Dumb Night on MTV, it says. Right?
Oh, it's Dumb Night on remote control. Staying elsewhere. You're so hard.
Just how great one-liners came out of this show. It was really good.
Weather Channel. Hey,
Weather's
bright. No, I see the clicker in your other hand now.
Yeah.
I never noticed that before.
Yeah. The girl in the front row with the glasses is my cousin. The second row, she was the one who went with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And now I get all this stuff on my hair.
Oh, you actually look pretty.
Shake it off a little bit. Yeah, it's all right.
We'll stay with the channel 2 again.
It's closed.
All right, let's go to channel.
See, I'm looking over to the right to see what channel to go with. Yeah.
For 20 points.
And I love Star Trek now too. I was a Trekkie when I was a kid.
Star Trek was set in one of the 2 centuries. Rick for 20.
23rd?
Yes, 23rd.
Yeah.
You have 70 points. Patty has 80. Matt, All right, go ahead, Rick.
Well, let's stay with 6.
Whoa, staying with Star Trek for 30 big points. Besides the USS Enterprise, can you name any of the other 13
I
ships
choked
in the
on this.
Starfleet before
I couldn't believe and I would know them. I was like, I can't think
Any
of
of the other
anything.
ships
Look at my
in the
face. I'm like,
Federation? Any of them. Oh, there's a whole list of them. We don't have the time to go through them, but look, just trust me, you should have known. All right, Rick. What?
and that ends the game. So,
That's it. That's it. Patty.
Patty
won.
10 points. Yeah, she got me. That's all right.
Just said endeavor. You would have.
There was so many I could have thought of. Yeah.
You guys are going, but you're not going empty-handed. What do they take
But a
away
good
with
time.
them?
Yep, we get yanked back.
Oh my God! Look at that thing.
Yeah, it's spelling this. Yeah.
That computing power of Franklin.
I think
the greatest hits. Yep, that was one.
That's.
I think it's Zena for remote control. We got 2.
Do you still have any of this stuff?
No, can't find them. Wouldn't be able to tell you. It's Zena for remote control. Look at that.
Now changing channels is as easy as changing your mind. You also get a remote control sweatshirt from International News. Take it away,
God, that would be cool to have.
All right, this is Patty.
And Patty gives the peace sign. Got Patty. There you go. And she went into the Craftmatic bed at the end to get the
videos.
Where did you guys go?
Shot at a great load of great stuff.
we were just we were pulled through the wall, which was just an experience in itself. But all it is someone like on a roller kind of just pulling you back and stage. Yeah, it wasn't automatic or anything. And then we just sat back in the audience, so it was cool.
That's cool. Cool.
Yeah.
I love these.
Yeah, I love the commercials too with this old stuff. Patty goes all the way to the end. I don't want to give the ending away, but I don't know if you want to play it at the end. But she misses, I think, one video. So.
The Magnavox word processor, self-contained personal
Look at
writing
this.
system includes keyboard,
That thing.
screen, memory, dictionary, and printer.
Probably weighed 300 pounds.
I remember she had she walked away with a Casio keyboard, and they gave it to her, and she was walking through the streets of Manhattan with a Casio. Look at that. Yeah, because I remember her carrying it down the stairs. I'm like, do you need help?
Remember? This could have been you, but no.
Yeah. But the audience would be right, to her left, right there in the stands. So that was pretty cool.
That's a
And those are it was a small set, yeah. Those are the 3 people who were just dumb in the beginning, didn't speak. I didn't get to meet them, but I didn't know back then that this was going to be such an iconic episode, which was ironic.
That's right, the sporty new Subaru Justin.
Oh my God!
Look at that.
What is it? Subaru?
I don't even know. It could be a Subaru.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, I don't have the card. Cousin, get me the card. Okay, beautiful. Cousin Nina, she's always helping me out. All right, Patty. All right, you ready?
Look at that beetle doll up there.
Screen. Okay, more than enough time. All right. You have 30
One of them's Tom
seconds.
Petty.
Names the bands in the video. If you miss one, pass. You can go back to it after the sequence. Okay? Best of luck to you. On your mark.
On you, Patty.
Get set.
Good luck, Patty.
Come on, Patty, do it.
Madonna, 2,
right.
Genesis, 3,
2 right.
David Bowie, 4, The Cars,
4 right.
5,
Pass the 5.
with Stevie Winwood,
6 right.
5, 5-pound Petty,
Yes.
7, Michael Jackson,
No, 7 no.
8,
Oh, Weird Al.
8.
9,
Robert Cray.
9 right. 9 right.
That's the one she can't get.
Robert Cray is a lip skier. Yeah.
She's saying everything but. She can't get his name. Yeah, I felt bad for her. Yeah, I felt bad. Yeah. Come on, Patty.
No, you knew it.
I wonder where they are today, honestly.
Who is it?
Jim McRae, John McRae.
They need to make a documentary with a bunch of people that were on the show.
They do. Sadly, Ken can't be in it, but
It was just an amazing show. It really was. And that's Bob Eubanks, the pest is.
yes, I want that.
Yeah.
What a night. See you next time.
That was it. Oh yeah, for technical reasons, it was been edited. Yeah, they had to get us out of the audience and prepped. But it was a great memory, obviously.
What a great memory to have, man, and that you found it and you could.
It made me relive my youth. Yeah, not too long ago. But the irony was, I lived in like a town of 20,000 people, and back then, maybe you had your car, you rode your bike, you were young enough. People would on the street be like, "Yo, MTV guy." Yeah, honestly, all the time. And I'm like, for at least a month it lasted. Strangers I didn't even know. And I'm saying to myself, how do you remember me? Well, how would you remember like me just walking the street going, "You're the MTV guy"? Yeah. I can't remember anybody I see on The Price is Right today. If I saw them walking the street, I'm like, "You." I can never pick them out. So I'm not good with the lineup, I guess.
Did you record it on a VHS when it was on?
Yes. I actually have it on a VHS tape. That's how I used to watch it and then share it with my family, and then my niece and nephew, and then everybody gets a laugh out of it in the family now. So That's why it is. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But great times, really. And, again, that's part of the generation where they were playing music videos at the time, and then, kind of changed a little bit. And, their business model is totally different now. But yeah, it was a great time. And I wish they would bring something like that back again, but it's probably just in the history where it belongs. So.
It is, because there's too much now. In order to know a lot about pop culture, you have to have every streaming service and watch every single new show. So I think it might be a little tougher. But it's a special show that existed in a special time. I think that us and then the millennials after us a little bit, and the last generations where we all sort of watched and listened to the same things.
That's
and
true.
then 2000s rolled around and it just went boof after The Sopranos.
Oh, everything's different.
Yeah, I would never miss Remote Control when it was on, though.
No, Jeff's favorite show. God, he loved that show.
I tried to get on there, but they...
Did you really?
Yeah. They sent me a letter basically saying that they never heard of my college.
Oh, yeah, you had to be a college student. That was one of them. You're right, yeah. Yep. I went to Rutgers.
How could they not have heard of it? So many kids from Jersey and New York went to our school. That's ridiculous.
Oh, Rutgers, they've heard of, but
Rutgers. They heard of Rutgers.
Yeah, they have heard of Rutgers.
They haven't heard of little tiny Mansfield University.
Bill Cosby wore the shirt on the Cosby Show. Come on, Bill Cosby wore the man.
That was later, though.
No, I'm sorry. All right. Well, Rich, what was your favorite part about being on that show?
The favorite part? The surprise of being picked out of the audience and then just being thrown in. I felt like I was a hero of the show for whatever reason. Like, I want to be the hero. I want to make sure this is done right. I don't know. I just felt like I was going to really I was going to contribute something, and I did in a way. Even if it's just a 15-minute videotape or a 12-minute videotape and memories for me to take home. It was just.
And you had a lot of fun.
Had a lot of fun. The one thing that kind of like, I said, crushed my, belief in Hollywood or something was, "Hi, Kenny, see it." "Oh, you called you, Kenny." I was like, oh, that broke my spirit a little bit. Here's a young kid all excited to see a star, so to say. And
well, he was a
crushed me a little bit. He was, yeah.
No.
It's funny. We didn't talk about Adam Sandler, but he wasn't on that episode, but he started on the remote control too. You mentioned that.
Stick Pin Quinn.
Yes. Yeah. Just, it spawned off a lot of talent, which is really unique. So I was happy to even had a chance to meet them. So
thank you very much for coming on the show, man. This has been.
I'm happy to be here, man. Thanks for making me relive some memories. Yeah, share them with you.
Rich, it's awesome meeting you.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate you having the invitation today. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming on.
Man, that was so much fun.
He's a funny dude.
Funny dude, and he was great on the show too.
But you see how they were picking big colleges back then.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.